Welcome back to Guns Up Review. Today we're going to have an experimental episode. We're not talking about long guns. We're talking about pistolas. That's Spanish for pistols. But not just any pistol like this little 1911 here. No, we're not. That's just regular stuff. We're talking experimental. The Remington XP-100. Come on back, let's talk about it. Welcome back, guys. Today we're talking about the Remington XP-100, which stands for Experimental Pistol. This pistol was produced from 1963 till about 1998. And if you're a conspiracy theorist, this is the pistol that was used on the grassy knoll in Dealey Plaza to actually kill President Kennedy. Not this exact one. These were initially developed in .222. This particular example here is in .221 Fireball. So here's kind of an example of the rounds. This is a .22-250 round, which is that's a pretty mean little round. Then you've got, this is just a regular .223 or a .556. This is .222 Magnum, a Remington Magnum, which is no longer produced. This, in ballistic tip, is the .221 Fireball. So you can kind of see the projectile size is the same, but the case is quite a bit different. Now this is about a 10.5 inch barrel. It makes quite a report and a big fireball, obviously, out the end of it because it's such a short barrel. Thus the name, the Fireball. And this goes along with what a lot of people say they saw at Dealey Plaza, which was a loud, shot and then a big fireball. So, do you believe it? I don't know. Who knows what's going on there? This is a single shot bolt action. The .221 Fireball is made from 1963 to about 1985, and so my serial number is probably, it's a 7 million serial number, so it's probably in the 80s, late 80s. This one has a loophole 2-7 scope on it. It's based on the Remington Model 600 action. It was deemed as it was deemed as the most accurate pistol ever. Now, it's pretty accurate too. It has a nylon stock. This is all nylon, like the old nylon 66 that they made about the same time. It even has the little white diamond on it, just like the nylon 66 did, the Remington nylon 66. Another cool part, I have the original XP-100 little case that it came in from when it was new, so that's kind of cool. But anyway, I want to see how accurate this little pistol is. It's a great little shooter. It doesn't recoil too bad at all. You have to kind of hold the front of it because it will rise on you when you shoot. But I want to see, is it possible to hit a nickel at 100 yards? Now let's talk about that. Okay, I want to show you a little example here. I'm going to move my bullets. Okay, so I've got this pistol at 100 yards. We're going to bench shoot this. Okay, so I know you're all thinking, oh, you ought to freehand that. Well, it's virtually impossible to hit something with a pistol unless you're Jerry Michalak, which he's not human anyway, with a pistol. But we're going to bench shoot this so we can make it as accurate as possible. Now, what's the difference in bench shooting a pistol like this versus bench shooting a long gun like this? This is keep coming back to the old 17, okay? Well, when you're bench shooting a long gun, the rest is here. You are back here on the buttstock. Whereas this, the rest is here, but here's where you're moving back here, okay? So let me just show you an example of what's going on and how sensitive this can be here, okay? All right, so what I've made for you here is a little diagram. This looks really confusing, doesn't it? It's not too bad. Up here I have a rifle. We're talking bench shooting a rifle versus bench shooting my pistol. That's a pretty good drawing though, isn't it? Okay, so at this point right here, this line right here is the bench. Okay, so here's the bench on the pistol, here's the bench on the rifle. If I'm back here at the back, which is 26 inches away, if I input 1/16 of movement here, what happens? What happens if I input 1/16 of movement here on a pistol? So let's look at this little illustration here. So 1/16 is 0.0625 inches. So if I make a triangle here where I'm 26 inches away from the rest or the pivot point, right? There's 26, this is the pivot point here. I can calculate this angle here just using tangent, and I get that that angle here would be 0.138 degrees. Wow, that's not very much, right? So just a 1/16 of an inch wiggle is going to equate to 0.138 degrees. But if I look at, this is the same angle on the other side here, if that's 100 yards, how far off of my target could I be? Well, if I look at tangent of 0.138, I could be off 8.67 inches if I move this rifle 1/16 of an inch back here at the back. But look at a pistol. Since it's shorter, right, it's only 8 inches, the angle is 0.448 degrees, so it's not even half a degree. It's close, but not quite a half a degree. But at 100 yards, look what it equates to. If I take the tangent of that angle at 3,600 inches, which is 100 yards, I'm off 28.15 inches if I move this pistol a 1/16 of an inch. So this over that, this is going to be much less accurate than this is, just because of the fact that it's so shortly coupled. So can I hit a nickel at 100 yards? That's kind of a big ask, but you know what? It's an accurate little pistol. I'm going to have to be very still. I'm going to try my best. So let's run out to the range and let's see if we can hit a nickel at 100 yards. Okay, welcome back out to the range. Today we're going to shoot the 221 Fireball in XP-100. We're going to see if we can hit a nickel at 100 yards. Let's see how many shots it takes. I've got a camera down there on the target. If we hit it, we may have trouble finding it, but let's see what we can do. Here we go. All right. All right. Y'all ready? See how many shots it'll take me to hit a nickel. Bad thing is I can't see the target, so I don't know if I've hit it or not. We'll shoot 5 and go see what's happening. One more. All right, we'll see if we hit it. So there you go, day 1 at the range. No holes in the nickel. Let's go try it one more time. Day 2. That one surprised me. shot and shot with that 221 fireball. I could have hit the nickel at 100 yards. But I'm fixing to hit the nickel. We're going to put a hole in a nickel. Hide out and watch. That hit it. I'm pretty sure that last shot hit the nickel. There's red in the middle of the target. Let's go see if we hit it. So we shot and shot and shot and shot with the little 221 fireball. I could not hit the nickel. It doesn't matter if I was out there all day and I shot 2 boxes of shells, eventually I would hit it. For some reason I got hot there at one point, did you see? And I had a grouping that was about the size of a nickel. I had 4 in a row that you could have covered up with a nickel. It wasn't in the center where the nickel was, however. But anyway, I tried and tried. I couldn't hit it. So it proves how hard it is to hit something that small precisely with a pistol. If somebody shoots one with a nickel with a pistol and they said, look what we did, they shot a bunch, or it was outhouse luck. I challenge anybody to go and shoot this, over and over in the size of a nickel. It's hard to do. So, did we hit it? There it is. There's the nickel with a hole in it. The 17 caliber put a nice little hole in the nickel. It's way accurate and it much easier to aim according to my diagram, right? And so the only thing is, when you hit it, it goes through the target, flies out behind, and it's extremely hard to find. But we found it. There it is, and it's going to live on my keychain. So maybe that's a future money maker for me someday. I'll sell nickels with holes in them as a keychain. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed episode of shooting the XP-100. It's a great little pistol, and I think I could take a deer with it. So I hope someday to have an episode for you guys taking a deer with this pistol. I know it's accurate enough, and at where the range I would shoot a deer, no problem. But we'll see someday. Anyway, thanks for coming along with us, and we'll see you next time.